Well, hello, boys and girls. Welcome to our first lesson in science. The investigation that we're going to be doing is called mock rocks. And today we're going to learn some key vocabulary words that is going to help us as we pursue our understanding of rocks and minerals. So the title of our unit is called Earth Materials. Earth Materials. So I wonder, what exactly is an earth material? Well, an earth material is non-living. Could be something like soil, could be humus, could be rocks, minerals. Okay, and you guessed it, we're going to be focusing on the topic of rocks and minerals. So, what is the name of a person that actually studies rocks and minerals or earth materials? See if you can think about that for a second. If you said geologist, you are absolutely correct. A geologist, let me erase this for a second. A geologist is a person who studies earth materials. Okay, a geologist is a person who studies earth materials. Now, I want to also point out that in this word, you're going to notice that it ends with IST. Because anything that ends in IST, well, not anything, but most positions that end in IST have to do with a person that is studying or doing something. Like, for example, a dentist, a paleontologist. Okay, those are two examples of a dentist who cleans your teeth or a paleontologist who studies dinosaurs. So that's the definition of a geologist. What if I asked you for the definition of geology? Geology is the study of earth materials. Now, I'm going to take this and circle it because ology means the study of. So just like ist is a person, ology is the study of. So those are our two words. Now, for our investigations, everybody, you are going to be junior geologists because you are going to be studying rocks and minerals. So that brings me to our next topic. Now, I'm going to hold up something for you. Okay, let's see here. This is a rock. Now, if I were to ask you to describe this rock, and I just happened to pick this rock up from outside in my backyard, if I were to ask you to describe the properties of this rock, what might you say? Oh, some of you might say, well, it's got different shades of gray. Excellent. So one of the properties of this particular rock, it can be described by its color. Okay, so properties are ways in which we describe rocks and minerals. Okay? Ways to describe our rocks and minerals. So, like I said, we might talk about color. Okay. In this one, we said that it was some forms of gray. If we look really closely at it, I see black. So I could say the color was black and gray. What might be another property that we could use to describe this rock? Well, I mentioned earlier, I just said I found this outside in my backyard. So location is actually another property, where it was located. Okay, my backyard. Okay, and what else? Let me see here. I'm trying to break it. Nope, doesn't break easily. And when I touch it, see, when I touch it, ooh, it's really, really, really rough and bumpy. Okay, so the feel of it, which is what we call the texture or the feel, okay, is that it is rough and bumpy. Okay, so what are some other things? Well, yeah, smell could be a possible property that we could be used to describe a rock. That's actually called a physical property. Okay, physical property would be the smell of it. The smell. You could also say taste, but we don't typically taste rocks, so we're not going to be tasting rocks. Okay, but the smell, absolutely. We talked about the feel of it, the sound of it. So if I were to drop it, it makes a sound when I drop it. Okay, not when I drop it in my hand, but when I drop it right there on top of my table, it makes a sound. So that is also one of the other physical properties. What would be another way that we could describe this rock when we were just looking at it, when we're making observations of it? Okay. Let's see here. How about the size of it? The size of it. It's pretty small, right? It's not a very big sample. So let's see here. I'm going to put size down here. I'm going to say small. Okay. Size, I'm going to say small. And how about the shape of it? I'd say this particular rock is kind of roundish, ovalish with bumpy sides. So I could say the shape. Okay. Okay. And I'd say it's sort of oval looking if I were to describe mine. Okay. All right. So that's basically it in a nutshell in terms of describing properties. Properties are observations that we use to describe our rocks and minerals. So your first assignment is to go outside and find a rock. Okay. And what I want you to do in our discussion board is I want you to tell me about these basic properties of whatever rock you found. I want you to tell me about the color. I want you to tell me about the location, the texture, how it feels, and any of the physical properties, the smell, the sound, how big it is, and the shape of it. And you can post your discussion in the discussion board. Okay. Properties of our rocks and minerals. All right. I'll be back with you soon. Have fun.